let me eliminate carbs. Let's just cut it all out. No. Carbs do not make you fat. They can make you fat, but their natural function is not to make you fat. So carbs do not make you fat. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So yeah, like I know there has been so much talk, so many misconceptions when it comes to carbs. Honestly, part of it is from the health industry, part of it is from the fitness industry, and a lot of it is from your mind and from women in general. Or just people in general, not women, but just people, right? So a lot of the times, like whenever we hear we need to get healthy or eat better, we're like, a lot of women are like, let me eliminate carbs. Let's just cut it all out. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Do not do that. That is your body's gas. That's your body's favorite form of energy. Do not just take it away, especially not cold turkey. Like, this is controversial, but this is personally why I hate the keto diet. There's a difference between a high protein diet and a keto diet. Keto diet is just Atkins, renamed, rebranded, and it is not actually beneficial to long-term health. It does have some benefits and you will see some results. But if we're talking about looking, feeling, and maintaining health and feeling great and looking that way for a long time and having health until you're 90 and / dead and feeling great the whole way there, keto is not going to get you there. I promise you that. We need something that is sustainable, that you can do long term. So yeah, keep carbs. Keep all the carbs. But let me tell you all the carbs that you need to keep. I personally struggled with this in the beginning of my journey. I still struggle with it personally because I love sugar so much. Sweets is one thing. I know it's not good for me, and I know that it's something that I need to not be eating, especially not on a regular basis, so I don't. But don't believe that you have to go to all these far, deep extremes to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. There is a way to balance it, to get into a nice rhythm, enjoy the journey, and still see results. Like, I love sugar so much. When I was a kid, and hopefully my mom doesn't hear this, but I feel like she knows this. When I was a kid, I used to like literally sneak out of my room at night, get a spoon, open the cabinet, and literally feed myself spoonfuls of sugar. I think I've only had one cavity in my entire life, and that is just a miracle. Purely from God. But when I tell you, sugar, yeah, it's good. It's not good for you, but it's good. Okay? Now that we're done acknowledging how much I love sugar, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, comment below what your favorite carb is, whether it's bread, whether it's candy. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be unfiltered about what we like. It is okay to like carbs. No one is shaming you around here. So go ahead, comment below. What's your favorite carb? And if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, whatever listening website you are on, go ahead and not only comment, but leave a review. Go ahead. Anybody, everybody, go ahead, click the bell, click the plus sign, whatever you got to click to know about all these episodes every single Tuesday. Loving it already because it just lets everybody know how amazing the queendom is over here. And we want more queens. We want to grow the queendom. We want to let everybody in on the tea that we be spilling. So yes, go ahead and do that. And while you're doing that, let me fill y'all in more about these carbs. They are not that bad for you. Now, there are two different kinds of carbs. Simple carb and complex carbs. Simple carbs are like the sugar that we all so love. At least I love. I'm in love. And like the ones that you're probably going to list below. Complex carbs are the ones that we need to be eating. Things like fruits, rice, grains, wheat, some veggies, most veggies, carbs. Those are nice complex carbs, okay? And so when it comes to eating carbs, we don't need to totally kill it out of our diet. We just need to make sure we eat it in moderation. So no matter what you're trying to achieve, whether it's building a booty, whether it's losing weight, whether it's losing fat but building muscle and doing body recomposition, whatever that is, it's most beneficial for you to have a high protein diet. But high protein does not mean no carbs. It just means less carbs than protein. Okay. But even then, depending on your body and your activity, your age, your height, your weight, all these other things, it can determine how much carbs you need to eat. And so for me right now, like my carbs are almost as equal to the amount of protein I need to be eating, right? Because to maintain your muscle, you need a lot of carbs. Carbs is your body's most favorite preferred form of energy. Okay. It helps in so many ways. And I'll get into the deep science tips in a second. But your muscles need carbs. It breaks down into glucose, gets stored as glycogen in your muscles, in your body, helps your brain function, all these amazing things, right? So we have to make sure that we do that. And so because, not to brag, but your girl got a lot of muscle on her. So the more muscle you build, the more glucose/carbs you're going to need, because the more energy it takes to maintain them. Okay. Now, hop into these facts and research for this. What if I told you I could give you the secrets to being fit and fine forever? Well, girl, I got you. Curvy Queen Headquarters is the healthiest and the most empowering community in Black girl fitness, period. And you'll get access to exclusive videos, priority access to events, and so much more. So all you have to do is watch, apply, and get fine. Sounds good, right? Then visit patreon.com/CQHQ or click the link in the description below. Either way, don't miss out on an opportunity to change your life. And just go in depth about it, right? And at the end, we'll talk about some practical tips about how you can implement these in your nutrition. So like I said before, it's your body's favorite energy source. Do not cut out your body's favorite energy source. Yes, it can break down protein and fats into glucose and glycogen, but there are so many byproducts from that are actually not great for your body, especially if you do that too much, right? Again, your body is built the way it is for a reason. Just do it. God did it and he did not make mistakes. So he said carbs is your body's favorite way. Get some carbs. We also need to understand that it helps with brain function, okay? For y'all that be doing keto, right? Excuse the eye roll. I just distaste it so much. If you do keto, or have you ever had a high protein diet or a high protein day and you had a high protein meal, but you didn't have a lot of carbs with it, you feel so exhausted still. You feel so lethargic. And it's because you can't even really have conversation. You don't feel good. You just don't have a lot of energy. It's because, again, carbs is the only form of energy your brain takes. Right? Forget the fact that it's your body's favorite form of energy. It's the only form of energy your brain takes. So if you want to have good cognitive function throughout the day, make sure to get in your carbs. Don't cut them out because you need to be present. Okay? We need to be here. Then muscle function, my personal favorite. Okay? So remember earlier I said that glucose gets stored in your muscles as glycogen, right? That is what you use to work out. So imagine when you first start your fitness journey, you start working out, your muscles are probably kind of small. It probably takes so much to lift the weight that you lift. You're like, dang. And then you look at these other people who've been in here for some time and they're throwing weight around like it's a breeze, right? They may be struggling, but they have more weight to lift, but the weight they're lifting is because they have enough glycogen, big enough muscles in their they have enough glycogen in their muscles and big enough muscles to where it stores more glycogen to be able to perform those tasks. So if you don't take in your carbs, yes, protein is key to muscle growth, but so are carbs. Protein is great for actively building the muscles and the striations and putting it together and growing it. But carbs are so important when it comes to activating the muscle, making it do what it's there to do, activating those quads for those squats, making sure that we bench press nice whenever we have for our biceps, Right, I know y'all probably not trying to do no upper body because you don't want to look manly, which is cap because you can't unless you do a very specific, strict program. But that's another episode. If you're looking to get rid of stubborn body fat and be confident in who God's created you to be, I want to encourage you to sign up for my one-on-one Curvy Queen coaching program. This is where I help women not only look good on the outside, but feel good on the inside by creating a customized nutrition and workout plan, walking you through how to overcome insecurities, and providing you the tools to make this a lifestyle. 3 years ago, I walked past the mirror, got a glimpse of how chunky I got, and bursted into tears. I knew I was meant for more, and that day I decided to become the woman God created me to be. And you should too. So whether you need accountability to keep you going or a community to remind you that you're not alone, I encourage you to pause this video, click the link in the description below, and sign up and book a call. Essentially, protein is good for actually like repairing the muscle, building the muscle, making the muscle. Carbs are absolutely necessary to activate those muscles. If you don't have a lot of carbs, it don't matter how big your muscles are. If they don't have the energy to do what it needs to do, it's not gonna do it. So again, do not cut out your carbs. Now, getting deeper and deeper into the health part of it, like for my ladies with diabetes, blood sugar spikes, especially as we get older, these things are a lot more sensitive. So you want to make sure that you are incorporating your nice complex carbs because it regulates your blood sugar a lot better than if you're having a whole bunch of sugar, then you have these crazy spikes and these crazy like sugar dumps and crashes. We don't want that. But it also, for all these girls trying to get rid of the gut, carbs actually help with your gut. Yeah, I said it. It helps regulate bowel movements to prevent constipation. But carbs are good even for gut health. They help regulate your bowel movement. They help you go to the restroom on a regular basis. Because if you're constipated, it means you're probably storing a bunch of stuff in your stomach. And if you're probably storing a bunch of stuff in your stomach, that means you're probably really bloated. And you don't want to be bloated, right? We don't want the fupa. We be trying to get rid of it. Well, majority of it is what you eat or don't eat. So eat right, and eat the right amount of carbs, and eat the right kind of carbs, and you won't have to struggle with that no more. And last but not least, it definitely boosts your mood. This is why we tend to have emotional ties to our food, and why emotional food tends to be carbs, simple carbs, sugary carbs, the good kind of carbs, okay? But they're not necessarily always good for us. But carbs are the precursor to helping create serotonin, a hormone / neurotransmitter that puts us in a good mood. If you grumpy all the time, but you're eating a whole bunch of protein, what does that mean? Right? Again, we want to be healthy. This needs to be sustainable, but it's something that we actually want to enjoy. Okay? Honestly, at the end of all this, just have a balanced diet. Make sure that you incorporate your carbs. Do not cut them out. It is necessary. Okay? But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Make sure to include your carbs and don't cut them out and don't do keto. Bye.